Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Welcome back to the official Nick Walsh TV channel. We're live once again, and we are in a new space, guys. Check this out. Some of you may recall, this is the office space that we were in earlier this year. This is always intended to be an office, but we actually have taken the time now to install some new stuff here. So the new monitor you guys might have seen, we've actually installed this entire desk space that allows us to fold everything away when it's not in use. We had everything repainted. We got some new peripherals. We got a new mouse that's got some macro buttons on the side. We have a brand new beautiful keyboard from Newfie. We are getting a new mic stand, and we have the new camera installed as well. And the PC is currently down here by my feet. However, the PC is going to live away behind a wall somewhere so that all of this is extremely clean and without wires. It's going to be very sexy when it's done. First things first, guys, the audio in here is probably not the best yet. Number one, I need to get a very, very, very small mic stand sent to me. It's coming from Dublin, I believe, but that will give us more noise dampening in the mic itself. And also this room is quite echoey. So the audio, I imagine, is probably going to not be the best, but this mic is actually proven to be very good at that kind of thing. So what we're going to do is the next upgrades is we're going to decorate this wall. We're going to start putting up some of the artwork and stuff that we have on this wall. There's going to be some shelving cut into the wall here. You guys can see where the brackets are that are supposed to hold the actual shelves themselves. And then probably also we are going to install some noise dampening in this room as well, because right now it's a little bit echoey. We're also getting a new chair, guys, a new chair as well, because this chair is actually quite low. The new desk is somewhere between a standing desk and a sitting desk in terms of its actual height from the ground. So we're getting a really, really nice desk chair that's going to live in here, and it's going to have a lot more height to it so we can sit more level with you guys. Now, lighting is also something we need to work on. At the moment, the actual unit itself has this sort of ring light built into it. Not a ring light officially, it's just got sort of backlighting, which is what's currently illuminating my face. I think it's a little bit warm and we don't have that much control over it, so there's a chance that we're gonna have to get the other light installed in here somehow as well. But I'm hoping that everything is working and sounding okay. Hello, everybody in the chat who joined us nice and early. Magic You Bot, hello, first time chatter. Ed K and Tom are here, Power Mods. Cassietas, thank you for the good lucks. And hello, Mac, Big Deal O'Neill. Speaking of which, guys, Big Deal O'Neill, congratulations once again on your Gold Pass takedown. Genuinely very, very pleased for you, buddy. It's that is quite the achievement. Do you know what you're going to spend it on now? Because obviously I would love to be at an event where you attend and probably win it. You know what I mean? Big Deal News says, had everything repainted like you got someone in, but really just had Ruth grafting away. To be fair, it was a group effort. It was a team effort. Me and Ruth did paint this room ourselves. Although I will give credit where credit is due. Ruthie did put in a slightly longer shift than I did because I was feeling really sorry for myself over the weekend. So I was, she did a lot of the final touches and she did a really good job. I think it looks pretty good. Anyway, welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at our results so far in the 250K challenge. That's not a challenge. Hey, Demo in the chat. Good to see you. So, we've gone over this a couple times now, guys. We are getting to our volume. We've played just over 3,000 games now total. We, at the moment, I think we're supposed to be at something like 4,000 games. In fact, we're coming up to the end of this month, so we're actually probably supposed to be near to 5,000, I'd imagine. We definitely are going to be doing more streams more often now that we have the new office set up. This actually set us back a couple days of streaming over the last sort of week and a bit. But obviously I will feel even more inspired to come and put in sessions now that we have a dedicated space in here, and also a space that is not shared with the living room. And then poor Ruthie has to listen to me talk shit all day. But yeah, hello Akuma. Need some good acoustics for all this singing you'll be doing on streams. I mean, good point. We definitely, I think we just need a couple dampeners just behind the monitor here. That's actually not a bad shout. We could probably just stack two of those bad boys right there, and that would do a really good job. Anyway, this is what we're working on, guys. At the moment, we are not winning enough chips for me to be satisfied with our current win rate. I do believe that we have been in a bit of a pickle recently. I actually feel like it's been ages since our last stream, so hopefully today will go well. Also, just to point this out, if you guys are in the appropriate areas, we have a new promotion happening in the Spin and Go department. This is Spin Goal. If you guys remember, recently we had another promotion called Spin Go, where it was basically randomized draws each game. You'll see what that looks like in a second. And every time we get a randomized draw, we take something off of our list. If we get rows and all the other stuff, we unlock more cash prizes. You guys can read about it here on the screen. Basically, you just play spins, and if you play enough spins, you're going to tick off the numbers. And if you unlock the coach, you get 2x your average buy-in. If you unlock all the subs, you get 2x your buy-in, blah, blah, blah. Basically, this is going to be something that you can look forward to checking off as you go. And there's no trick to it. You just play volume, and you ideally try and get the numbers that are on your team, and you go from there. So this will be useful because, of course, now this means we get a little bit extra in the reward department, so we can add that to our total for the year as well. So let's get into it, guys. Spingle officially begins. All right, and now. Big deal new sales. Nice one, mate. Was hoping to see NAPT Vegas show up in the near future, but not sure if that's going to be an option or if it's going to happen or it's even happening, as not seen any announcements for November. So Big deal, O'Neill. Sincerely, I don't know for sure, but it's my understanding that NAPT probably not happening this year. I don't know the details of that, but I would say probably you might want to take a look at maybe a Barcelona instead. Barcelona is always a good shout. Or a Prague. Chef Hefe, good to see you. Anyway, let's get our first game going. Ooh, we got some nice new graphics for this. We got some nice graphics. All right, let's put the graph away for a little while. Let's just focus on the games. King of Poker and Requena, the ever presence. By the way, guys, you got to hear the sound of this new keyboard. It's so nice. Super duper creamy keys. As the keyboard enthusiasts like to say. I need to pop that out. I think I'm missing an @ key here. Oh, it works as an @ key anyway. It's just the wrong... Hey, Poker Bros, thank you very much. How does the audio actually sound, guys, in your end? If it's like, for me, so echoey. I mean, obviously, once we have some other bits and bobs in here, that'll help immediately. Brian Nicholson over on YouTube, by the way, hello. Good to see you, buddy. Okay. Catching a little king queen action here is nice. I think we're gonna check raise here, guys. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. I would argue we probably get a fair number of folds on that turn as well. Let's try and do this. Okay, fair enough, mate, fair enough. Oh, the ball moving is really cute. We're gonna trap ace jack against this guy. And then we will go to war here. We're going to trap ace 8 suited here as well. Pretty straightforward. Definitely not folding. Question mark as to whether or not we raise here. We might do... This actually might do okay. Nice. I take 2 confident leads there, ends up being a pair in a straight draw quite often, and then also obviously going to be, you know, some 8x as well. That's sort of leading. Yeah, this is okay, I think. Where are we at? 2.5. I wasn't sure if you were on a holiday or something. It could be a hotel room. No, we're just in the new office. But this it's not done yet. All of the really big expensive stuff that we wanted installed is in and is looking good. Now we want to hang some pictures back here. We got some shelves that go in here. Put some trophies and stuff in there. Get some noise dampening as well. Get some noise dampeners in here so it's not quite so echoey and my mic doesn't have to work quite so hard as to mic doesn't have to work quite so hard to try and filter out, you know, all the echo and stuff. Yeah, Tom, there's been some funny videos. Cabral has been on an absolute tear recently, hasn't he? He has really been going wild. Hey, Zintex, how's it going, buddy? This is the new office, mate. We are in the new office. This is our brand new, freshly painted rock salt wool. Rock salt is just the name of the color. But it's not going to remain blank for long. We're going to start hanging some pictures back there, so it's a bit more groovy, a bit more interesting. That's your boy, not mine. Welcome back, Nick. I was just about to say how cool it was that we actually made a draw. You should have an electronic scoreboard behind you, Nick. Domination and dominated tracker to see if you truly doom switched. You want the calendar back that was always 2 years expired? That's also a good shout. We have a blank canvas now. We can do whatever you guys want. I'm not used to sitting at this desk now.
Does he ever lose this guy? Does he ever lose?
Jacobs, thank you for the resub Prime. I love you, buddy. Very, very nice. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. Good to see you, mate. If the button is trapping here, we'll make a note, but I'm pretty sure the push here is fine. 2 complete unknown players here.
Does he ever lose? This guy. Does he ever lose?
Thank you very much for the hype train, guys. Appreciate you. I like how the football moves. That's really nice. The moving football is really cute. He's all in. So on the turn, I'd say the one big blind turn barrel is going to be a lot of showdown that probably doesn't want to fold once they're committed like that. Guy's got 0.6 big blinds. And he's got a better hand than us.
Does he ever lose? This guy. Does he ever lose?
So Landor, thank you so much for the biddies, dude. It's very kind, mates. We'll do something interesting though, guys. We'll get something fun behind. I'll have a proper think about it. I've got like some classic pictures that I want to hang. And then something interactive would be fun. We could finally get a spinner going after all these years. I was told we had a budget for spinners. I was told in no uncertain terms that there would be a budget for spinners. So I'm not sure what happened there. Getting used to a new mouse here. I need to actually set up the macros and stuff. I'm gonna try and get one of them to be a. I want one of them to be a. I want one of the side buttons to be a single click all in. A proper spinner, man. At one point, me and Tom definitely found a proper spinner. Never got ordered, though. King high like a boss. King high like a boss. Doesn't feel quite right. The Wheel of Content, activated by 5 gifted or 1k bits, including a drink a Jaeger bomb option. Oh, jeez. Drink a Jaeger bomb option. I drank a lot of Fireball this weekend. I had some friends visiting from Gibraltar. Right, can we get a comeback going here? Can we get a little comeback going? This is definitely a push. 10-7 off, push at 9 effective. Live cards are okay. Live cards are very okay. Live cards, very okay, very acceptable. I must win. That's right, Gibraltar friends. What do we think, guys? Pocket fives forever. Yeah. Let's mark that one for review. Pretty sure that's push. put that in the bin for later. We'll take a look at that when we turn off stars. I am pretty sure that's the move. I would be surprised if it wasn't. How much fireball did I have? I think we ended up buying 170 CL bottle. 170 CL, and we had some of it. I'm actually going to check raise here, guys. He could call with a king or a jack, I guess. Or he's just got the hand. Nice. To be fair, it wasn't that much. We got one bottle, and then we shared it between a couple friends, and then we bought some when we were out as well. I do like the design. The way that the ball moves around is kind of cute. Tom says I'm not a big Fireball fan. I'll have some, but I don't love it. I go through phases. When me and Strag, like one of the first times I went to go visit him on the island, on the Isle of Man, one of the first times we went to go visit him on the Isle of Man, we ended up getting some, and it was just like a really good time. Solander says somebody spent way too much time on bouncing that ball around the table. You're probably not wrong, mate. You know, got to program those buttons. Otherwise, they just do this. Got to program new buttons on my new mouse. Alright, we're going to mark that one for review as well. I think probably it's fine, as we are getting quite short there. We don't lose too much EV in the actual hand itself. This is nice, don't know these guys. We really want bigger multipliers with the unknown players. Poker player, thank you very much. Thank you for the good looks, buddy. Hey, Gil, how's it going, dude? We are doing okay, mate. Okay. Hey, Tony, how's it going, dude? The soccer theme? Yeah, the football theme is good, mate. Nice hand, sir. Good call. Okay, 3x. We're blocking the Jack 10. We're blocking the diamonds. I think it's a nice move. When he checks the turn, I'm pretty confident, like, at best he has a queen, which is accurate. We make the move as though we have a flush or a straight or two pair plus, so it feels good. Definitely burnt myself at Sun Sports Day. Otherwise, all good. Good. Yeah, we're gonna get cooler here no matter what. Hey, Spinning Gold Academy, what's up? Good to see you. The King Jack is played more conventionally as a shove there. The guy was being very aggressive, so I was trying to find a trap, but the move is we're getting the chips in there no matter what, basically, and we're just gonna get. It looks like we are gonna get roasted no matter how we play the hand. Pot Jam Night, what's up? Good to see you. Just trying to remind myself of the notes that we took last week. If you guys remember, I did some database analysis and trying to implement some of the changes that we sort of said we were going to try and put in there. Nice answer. Kiwi for Trolls, thank you very much. How you doing today? I need to figure out which keycaps are going on here as well. We've got replacement keycaps, but not the ones that I thought they would have. Hey, Florin, what's up, dude? Middle set is a pretty good hand, guys. Jacks back to back is pretty cool too. I think he's got a 10. Okay, small victory. Didn't come here just to almost win. I came to rake it in. Rake it in. Alright, let's try this. Getting used to the new desk here, guys. It's pretty nice. I do feel like it's echoing. The room is echoing way too much, though. I mean, honestly, a couple of cushions in here wouldn't go amiss until we get some proper noise dampening. Didn't come here just to almost win. I came to rake it in. Stack on stack to the ceiling. Nice. Little 60-40 feels good. Just a little 60-40 feels pretty sweet. You guys hearing this new keyboard, by the way? What's up, Dean MC? Good to see you. I need to find a new job that doesn't interfere with my poke reviewing. I mean, amen, buddy. Amen, mon frere. Oh, new keyboard is so nice and quiet. Oh, worth every penny. Okay, two players who are uber short here. I think my wife can hear my keyboard upstairs when I'm playing games. Yeah. These are nano blush switches. So they're very, very, they're creamy. They have a creamy sound, but they're actually quite quiet. Oh, we would like some action with the ace-10 there. This is a complete unknown player, so we're going to put in some more traps here. Hopefully ace-10 will play nicely in position. Definitely not folding this flop. Definitely going to shove the turn. That is a huge pickup at non-showdown, guys. That's a big, big pickup for the EV. It's weird that he's 3xing at such a shallow stack depth here. Slightly concerning. Calling feels a bit weird. Shoving feels a bit weird. So let's just go with my gut here and just let that one be and then push this one instead. The guy has 6 big blinds. And he has ace-10 and he dominates us, obviously. Because everybody always has a hand. Nobody ever has the folding hands. It's actually quite shocking. We got to check in on our spin goal progress as well. So far we've had... So far we've had squad number collected. Okay, so the gray is collected. 8, 6, 9, 10, 3, 18, 19, 20, 15, 16. So we're actually filling out this we're filling out our spin goal thing pretty quickly here. I should probably upgrade mine eventually. Need a new desk first. Yeah, I mean, I'm very pleased that we've made a lot of progress in this room, but there's still obviously a lot to go into it for it to be perfect. McCoy's my boy, what's up? I need a motivational speech to grind this week. Respect you can do it day in and day out. Thank you, mate. It's not always strictly true, but good luck this week. I really hope that you find it within your heart to play some good poker and show them who's boss. Did I help decorate? I did, yes. We had some professionals come in and build this actual like recessed alcove bit. However, me and Ruthie actually painted the walls together after that was finished. Ruthie did more of the painting than I did, to be fair, but it was a team effort. I really want to bluff this guy. I really, really want to bluff this guy. So we got a professional carpenter to come in and build. It's effectively like a cabinet that is living in what used to be a recessed wall that had some bookshelves on it. Now everything folds back into the alcove and then the doors close. And from the outside, you can't tell that it's recessed. So it does look a bit like a TARDIS. It's very, very spacious inside, much more so than it looks like when everything's closed. And the next step after we finish the painting, which we just did, is now to actually decorate the room properly. Get some mirrors, get some soundproofing, get some new, hang some pictures up behind here, something a bit more colorful than just the white wall. There's some shelving that goes in here. But literally just this morning, I pulled all the tape off the floor, pulled all the masking tape away, all that stuff. We got some other color options here as well. RGB lighting built into the actual desk box itself. Got some pretty dramatic colored lighting. Yeah. This one seems fairly unavoidable. That one seems pretty unavoidable too. And we're down to around 9 big blinds here. In fact, it's 8.67. Lionel, definitely a reg. Played a lot of poker with this guy. This is going to be a 2.5x ISO normal size, not the extra large one that we do. And then the queen 9 is just a straight push at 8s. Ace 5 is a call. I would rather not chop this pot. Where are we at here against this guy? We're going to play it safe with the folds. 10-6. Jack 8, we can go here if we want. I'd say this is probably the best line against the reg. 43% is fine. Trying to apply max pressure, but these guys know their late game. And unfortunately, in this iteration of Spin and Goes, late game is not very late. Happens very quickly. We're calling a shove here if we need to. Where are we at right now? We can still trap the 5s here. We're at like 9.7 effective. So we're still trapping like 4s, 5s, 6s. And then we will play through the streets to the best of our ability. Be really cool if he just has a 3 here. We can get to showdown a bit easier. Queen high, also a hand that could have potentially led the turn there. I don't think it's weird not to. I think the check is also fine. AK, we'd love to get some action with the AK. 5.3 big blinds. We just can't fold here. We're actually going to be ahead of some of the range that he shoves, and it's also just going to get too close with the equity that we have with a suited hand like this. We're dominated because we're always dominated when we make the right call. Put that one in the review pile, but I'm about 99.9% sure that is got to be a call against the reg. Not against the reg, we can play a little bit tighter. This one is going to be really close. If it's that close, it's got to be a call. Poker Player says these regs make the game so long. They do indeed. They do indeed. Just two geezers trying their best to trap with King 7 of clubs. We're calling a shove if we need to here. Should be good. Pretty good turn. Let's see if he's going to pounce on this one. Good. We're just going to keep all the bluffs in with the call. Sometimes a club might even be good for us on this river. You know, give him a bit more confidence with the jack of clubs or whatever. Definitely calling a shove on the river, of course. I mean, I guess the shove is mandatory against the reg because they can still call us for the 6 or a 5 here. Definitely probably never folding a queen at this point. Got to go for max, I think, there. Anything else looks a bit dodgy. Yeah, 3.5 big blinds. We have to call with any queen here. We just have too much equity. It's one of folds. And at 3.5 big blinds, he has ace king, so that's something. Pretty tough to beat people when they always have the top of their range when they're short stacked. Right or wrong, I'm sick of losing with jack or queen high. I mean, yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. Equity is equity. Yeah, annoying. I think we played fine in this game, obviously. Every time we had him down to a short stack, he had a monster, so it's pretty hard to beat him when they do that. It's pretty hard. Ed K says I had a 10x yesterday and that went at least that long and it was at a $5 level. That was a long game for sure as far as games go these days.
Does he ever lose? This guy. Does he ever lose?
Thank you very much for the follow of the king. Appreciate you. This is what it is. This one's not even close. That call is not even a close one. Rustlin. It's our good friend, Senor Rustlin. What's this? Oh, is there a new button? Oh, there's a new screenshot button. That's cool. That's kind of fancy. Gotta press the right button. Should we bluff? Should we bluff, or should we just try and take a deuce to showdown? Might have worked. I'm not 100% convinced it would have worked, but here we go. We're going to try and play this blind v blinds, and we're just going to have a stab at the flop. It's a pretty quick call. McCoy's My Boy says, I know we've had a convo about the HUD, but have you ever reviewed yours versus population stats? I know you stick very close to GTO strat, but if the population is a few percent too tight or loose, isn't there an edge in changing the bottom of your range? So I actually did that very recently, McCoy. Had a conversation about that last week at length. I did a database review. So I created a profile that was like a combination of all of my most common regs of hands that we've played against each other. And did just a straight database review of the, spots that I feel like there is a discrepancy. Found some pretty big leaks, which definitely will have an impact on my overall style of play for sure. I basically created like a text document here on the desktop with the situations where I'd like to change how I'm approaching certain spots. In particular, there are a couple situations where I did some node locking based on the frequencies that I saw from that database, and it was like, yeah, the response strategy to the way that they're raising in certain spots is completely wrong. But no, I mean, obviously that's the name of the game, is you gotta try and find out, you gotta figure out how you're gonna play properly against those players. I guess I'm gonna have to bluff again here, guys. We might get called by a 9, I suppose. I don't think he has a 10. He could have missed spades, he could have missed diamonds. I think we're just gonna do that and just try and tell the most believable story that we have a 10. But no, McCoy, I have, yes. Only very recently, though, I only felt like I had a decent database, or like, you know, decent sample size to actually take a proper look anyway recently. And here we go. I actually thought we were going to win a flip there, guys. I actually thought for a second there was a chance we were just going to win a flip. Cool. Good seeing everybody. Overall, I'd say we played pretty well there. How long till the Mr. Walsh spin throwable? Good question. But yeah, McCoy, there was a couple spots where I was very shocked. Like, they're all spots that I kind of inherently kind of felt like that people weren't playing quite right. But for a group of guys that play so much volume, there was a couple situations that I thought were quite shocking, like how far off GTO they were playing. Which, you know, again, is, you know, not to be unexpected. People do trend towards what feels, you know, like easier, generally speaking. So there will be spots where all players kind of do something along those lines. We have a boat, guys. We have a boat. Now, this guy to our left, I think, was somewhat passive. So I think it's better if we actually make a little bet. But if we bet small enough, they can still raise. Why don't we go for something like this and see if we can get a crying call. Or let's see Romain put the rest in here and we can snap him off with the boat. There you go. Oh my God, just somebody do me a favor. Today we have played 19 spinning goes, and we've lost to a full house 3 times already today. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. It's something I set to do once a month. It's like a report, view, and answer note of my own tendencies and adjustments versus population where stuff is way off. Yeah, like I just picked all the regs that I play against most. I lumped them into one sort of like weighted grouped category, whatever you want to call it, and just scan through the numbers versus GTO. Yeah. I honestly... The coolers are just absolutely insane this year. Absolutely insane this year. Just the whole stack in cold blood. Just one entire stack in cold blood, no problem. It's not fun, is it, guys? It's not fun when they just cooler you for absolute chunks. You're crushing them left, right, and center. That's the only way they can beat you. All right, let's try again. Interesting. Interesting. Nice. Sweet, good game. 1 sec, guys. I'm distracted right now. I need to just do something really quick. I just bought a new mouse, and I'm trying to figure out what it's called again, and also Razer Naga V2 Hyperspeed. All right, never mind. I'll figure it out later, guys. Sorry. Okay. I mean, we must be getting through our spin goal pretty well now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. We got 14 so far. Eucora, thank you for the good lucks. All right, let's see if we can finish this one, guys. Always dominated. Hey Xavier Poker, how's it going, buddy? We're doing okay. Not much to report just yet. We keep making the right calls, but we keep getting punished for it. All right, just give me a sec, guys. Be right back. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. I need to get used to where everything lives on this new desk.
By surprise, I felt it in my eyes. I see you and I scream, oh God, you got me. So good, it's so unfair. You know you got
That's a pretty bad river, guys. Do we fold the river though? We're good. All right, heads up for 75 bucks. Pair of fives. In position. We're not folding yet. This could be a good river. I don't think he has a flush because I think he wouldn't use a one big blind size. So let's try and do this. Fold a 7. Good stuff. Queen is almost always going to be good here. pretty straightforward. Ace-8 suited. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. This guy's name is Want Your Dope. Legendary. Okay, not the worst start here. Sorry guys, one sec. My mouse is being funny. Here we go. Hmm. There we go. That's working now. Hold, baby. Let's go. All right, if I've done this correctly, we should have a button on the mouse that does all-ins now automatically. This kind of sucks. Honestly, I'm not sure on that one. I would say, generally speaking, even the regs aren't tripling off there as often as they should. All right, let's see if it works. Hey, one click. One click all in. One click all in. Yeah, it works. Cool. The new all-in button is apparently good luck. All right, $100. Let's go. Okay, I think we're set up. I think we are kind of set up here. Still some bits to do, but we have a mouse that works apparently. Okay, so
Does he ever lose? This guy. Does he ever lose?
thank you very much, guys. We just hit 2,000 followers. That is a pretty nice milestone. Stack High, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate you being the person to get us into the 2K. Appreciate that, man. And brought the run good with him. Leonel, let's go for this one. 3 big blind ISO. Very clearly getting this all in pre-flop. Almost look like a straight. We're gonna trap sevens just the same as he trapped his nines. And we can probably just start betting on flop here. Say there's a pretty good chance 2 barrels is a good thing here. Okay, we rolled really low here, so we're gonna go for a ISO bluff. And where are we at? We're at 10 here. The king 7 is definitely fine to push.
Does he ever lose? This guy. Does he ever lose?
Dookie PT, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. You are 2001, mate. 2001 followers now. You're the 2001th customer. How you doing, mate? Welcome. Show me my results here. Nice hand, bro. Nice hand, Brosephine. All right. We don't recognize these two players. We have played with this guy a little bit, I think, actually. All right, we got 100. 20 big blinds starting. Let's make this one count, guys. This could put us into a profitable chip EV if we do it right. Thank you, Luller. It's almost Vegas time, buddy. This is not the worst run out. Nice one. $55% equity. All right, 10.5 big blinds to try and get it back. Absolutely putting the moves on him here. All right, we'll mark that one for review. I'm pretty sure that's correct. These guys cannot wait to punt. Ace King, obviously very reasonable. All right, let's make a note of the 10-8 suited, and we'll review that one in a second. Creeping real fast. I'm ready to employ Lawler Theory optimal strats. Those are the best kind, of course. The absolute best kind. Zero cool. Zero cool. Why do I do it to myself? Just ready to mix it up. Collect Vegas Pikmin. Just YOLO, try our best. Last year was actually my first WSOP in the summer. Eric Yanofsky's tried to put me in the main, but I told him I have to go home. I mean, sometimes you just got to pull the trigger, buddy. I'm going to mark this hand as well, guys. Mark the 10-7. Okay. Good work, buddy. Getting a walk with 10s isn't very nice. 10-9 into jacks isn't very nice. Mark that one for review as well. I am pretty sure we do that around 33% of the time, and it will have the same EV as the raise or the limp. Nice hand, buddy. Nice hands. I guess we're gonna try and bluff here, guys. This feels like he just has a high card. No, just pair of jacks. We'll make a note about the line. Nice hand, buddy. So it was a min raise pot. Okay, so min raise B, B, B. Maybe. So we'll just take a quick note of that specifically because if we see this pattern of the one big blinding, it's going to be strong as opposed to weak after the min raise. I'm happy to make the move there and learn something about it. That is totally fine. We will have a little note, and Tim Erickson can try it again next time. Best of luck, Mr. Tim Erickson. Okay. Guys are getting pretty short out here in the blinds. Nice. Pocket tens, definitely want to trap these. Hit the stack depth. And we go. All right, Pocket Kings, give me some action. Give me some action. Hey, what's up, Smeebs? Good to see you, buddy. Kings are nice. I'm going to assume we have the best hand here most of the time. The check on the flop can definitely be under pairs to the king. We can definitely still get called by a 9 here some of the time. I think we just go for it. Guess we're looking for a jack and an 8 on this river. Got about 8 big blinds here. 8 effective. Ace 10 of clubs would be a nice hand to get in here. Doesn't seem like he's particularly aggressive from out of position yet, so I guess this is probably better. Hopefully we can convince him to put the chips in. Nice, 75 bucks. It's a little bit better. Let's go again. Middle set's pretty good, guys. Hmm. Nice little value bet there. Got called by Queen 6. I'm gonna bluff my ass off here, guys. I think I'm gonna bluff my ass off. His hands. We had them all in for the win with the best hand, but we couldn't hold it. We've done a nice bluff there. Definitely not an easy spot for a queen to call. Waller was asking what's my favorite restaurant in Vegas. I'm not sure, but I did very much enjoy going to Batista's Hole in the Wall, which was very old Vegas. Lots of famous people ate there. I think it's still in operation. Um, it was pretty affordable last time I went. Had a nice time with my family there. It was kind of family style Italian kind of deal, kind of mobster mafia vibe. Yeah, my brain's too slow as well, buddy. I don't think I could do it. Gotta start using my new button as well here. Got the hotkey built into the new mouse. King of Poker. Tony says, if you like burgers, Nick, make sure you go to Bobby's Burger in Paris. I'll check that out. I think I'm staying in Planet Hollywood, so we're not far. I would say, generally speaking, I've had some like okay pizza in Vegas. Okay pizza. I've had some okay pizza in Vegas. I've had some okay food in Vegas in general. Uh, doesn't all necessarily stand out. All right, we'll start betting the turn now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got to go a bit bigger than this. Let's do this. Generally speaking, everything in Vegas is way too expensive. I'm definitely going to raise here, guys. Might be a good turn, might be a bad turn. Double flushing board. I think this is the best line still. Yes, sir. All right, 2 shorties. I'm gonna try something weird. against the unknown player. I do like a good burger, though, Tony. That's a good suggestion, mate. So this is probably very close. In a 3x multiplier, the unknown player is shoved. At 8.4, I do think that they start to shove their queen jacks and their jack tens and stuff like that. King nine suited, for example. We'll just lose anyway, shall we? Nothing like a $20 water to quench your thirsts. It's madness, dude. It's absolutely madness. It is absolutely insane. Just a little tit for tat. There's a good Chinese and Caesars as well. Good value. I'll check that one out. It's crazy that the Wynn buffet might be the best value in Vegas. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm probably going to have a bit more free time than usual. So I'll go and check some stuff out. The 9-7 is probably very close there. I'm not going to give up my position three-handed right now. Okay, this game is going on for a while now. Okay, this is too little. We're gonna have to call this one. We're too close to a situation where we just have the correct odds. Dominated, of course. King, queen, right back in the mix here. Blind v blind. Oh my goodness. It's crazy, dude. The thing is, it's only 4.5 big blinds, but it's so many chips. It's so many chips. It's like a consistent theme this year. players having absolute monsters or dominating us in every situation. We're all in for half the chips in play, which is 4 big blinds. Just spikes the variance to such an extreme. It looks so bad on the graph when that happens. It's just like, it's so many chips. It's 4 big blinds, but it's half the chips in play, and they have aces. And it's just a little bit completely ridiculous how often that happens to us. Are we ever folding? No. Are we dominated? Yes. How many chips was it? Tons. Does it look bad on the graph? Looks awful. Okay, back to the grind, chats. Back to the limping pocket sevens like a boss. I think 23 was my coach. Now it's 27. Squad players 23. We filled up our spingle pretty quick. Can't tell if we're running good or not. No, we're not going to get involved here. We might get involved on the river. We're blocking the straight. We're blocking a straight. Okay, King 4 suited. Let's keep it in. I'd say this is probably not the worst flop for us to continuation bet. Having a 4 of diamonds is pretty useful. Doesn't have to be big. I think this is good. Lovely. And as soon as there's actually some chips in play, you can just feel the difference. You can just, it's so tangible. You actually have time to play some hands. You're not rushing. You really feel like you've got some ammunition to pull the trigger down the way. You feel like if you stumble a little bit, you have a little bit of time to recover. Poker Player says, I heard a bottle lot of Vegas is $10. That's if you get the cheap one. I've seen crazy amounts charged for any kind of drink. So we should be doing fine against this range. Again, making a good decision here with the call, getting punished for it regardless. We are now at 7.88 big blinds. At desert prices, yeah. Just need a couple hands here to go our way, and we'll be in contention for the $100 again. Okay, eights and an eight. We have the ochos. He's going to shove really wide blind v blind here in this spot. So we should actually have, theoretically, a very good call situation. You prefer if you didn't have two overcards all the time. Ideally, sometimes they have the bottom of their range and not so much equity. I paid 16 for a small beer at the Paris pool. Tony, when I went to the Paris pool, I got a Bloody Mary and they charged me $50. And then they proceeded to tell me that that wasn't that bad because they charged 75 for a pina colada. And I like... changed me. Changed me as a human being. $50 for $50 for a $50 for a Bloody Mary. I know, $75 for a pina colada. It's outrageous. The Bloody Mary King paid $50 for a Bloody Mary. I did, but I told the guy, I was like, honestly, if you could just be cool and not charge me Okay, well, what are we gonna do here? My keyboard has just disconnected for some reason. Queen 10. Bloody Mary indeed, yeah. Now, I realize that he has approximately 6 big blinds now. In an ideal world, we could just have the best hand sometimes. That's more like it. I'm feeling better about that. Thank you. Right, what's going on with this thing? One sec, guys. So this is Naga, and this is Newfie. Oh, the new keyboard is disconnecting for some reason, guys. One second. This is strange. I don't know why this is doing this to me. One second, guys. Oh, it's 5 o'clock already. Shit. Okay, maybe we should do our review session anyway here. Let's do it anyway. I had a 15-euro coffee in Monaco, but Rania paid for it. But in return, I bring her Diet Cokes on demand. That's a good deal. It's a good deal. All right. I'll tell you what, guys. Let's do some review. This is a look at what we did today. So pretty much nothing to report here. We actually were winning a ton of money at non-showdown in the situations we could control. And we were winning fuck all at showdown as usual, which is what we've been doing this entire year so far. So with that in mind, this is what our year looks like. If we clean it up here a little bit, we are basically just flatlining still. Too many coolers, too little at showdown. We just got to play more poker and get past it, I guess. So let's take a look at some hands for review. This is really weird. I don't know why we keep disconnecting. Let me try and swap these around. Maybe it needs to be in a 2.4 port. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're connected. I used to think spending $5 to $10 in Canadian a drink at bars, which was a standard ripoff shit. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's kind of nuts. Okay, anyway, hands for review. Let's close Poker Stars up really quick. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at our spinning goal results. So we've done pretty well today, guys. These ones are collected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 are collected. So we basically just need to get these 3 and a coach and fill out these, and we'll be unlocking a bunch of dollars, which is lovely. So yeah, just in case it's not clear, PokerStars is fully closed, and the review that we're about to do will involve using some advanced tools, which are not for use during play, of course. This is strictly study. And let's do that now. So first hand, we have Jack 7. We're all in for 7.3 big blinds. I don't really... This should be dead. This should be burned into our brains forever. And if we're getting this one wrong, then we need to learn from it. So let's take a quick look. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. So we are at... So we're flying too close to the sun. So Jack 7 is going to be a push according to Nash. If we pull up our Nash chart here, you can see that Jack 7 offsuit is a shove at 8.5 big blinds, and we are at around 7. So the push is going to be fine. You can see that the all-in has the same value as the call. For the sake of balance, they're going to want us to use the worst of our shoving hands here as calls. So Jack 7, Jack 8 is where the cutoff is. So in a 2x or 3x multiplier specifically, especially if we're playing against a reg, I would prefer to play this as a shove. We are exploited less, and we know that it has a similar EV to the alternative call. Technically, if you want to get your frequencies right, you would have this playing as a call, but generally speaking, in the faster multipliers, we're going to have less time. So I'm happy on both counts here, because they both are going to be fine. All in here, and we have Queen Jack. I'm assuming that we have to call at this point. The shoving range is going to contain enough that we have equity against, I think, but I could be wrong on this one. This one's not 100% sure. Nope, all good. Call is fine. 10-5 suited, there is an all-in, and it doesn't look pretty, but again, it's for 4 big blinds. We have 10 high, and we have a suited hand. When we're playing against a reg, they are supposed to shove 8-9 suited and 8-7 suited and 8-7 offsuit and 6-7 offsuit and all these hands for 4 big blinds. So we actually just end up having the best hand quite often. Again, these frequencies are subject to change, and obviously the way that we respond is different from the way that we act. So if we're acting first, we can usually follow the rules and do what GTO suggests, but if we are in response, we want to be doing this correctly against the regs, and then we want to be more careful against the unknown players. So 100% correct call. Ace-7 all in for 12 big blinds. I'm sure we ran into a big hand here as usual. What do we have? Ace-8, of course. So again, I don't think this one's close at all. Ace-7, once we get to 12 or 13, seems like a very clean push. It's it'll be worth taking a look at it. It's actually going to be all the aces down to Ace-4 offsuit. So it's not even close. Ace-7 is very easily going to be a push here. If we were to look at the EV of this move, it's actually very, very, very good. 0.28 being played as a jam. I just want to look at EV. EV. Okay, yeah, so down there, bottom right, guys. The min raise is going to do significantly worse than the shove, and the fold is just a mistake because the shove is already so valuable. So shoving Ace-7 off here is actually worth 0.28 big blinds, which is pretty massive. So really, really not close at all, despite the fact we seem to always run into it. 10 big blinds, again, I just feel like this one's kind of a no-brainer. 10-8 suited, 8-7 suited, 8-9 suited, those hands are going to perform really well at the stack depth as a jam. Perfect play with the 10-8 suited was an all-in. If we, again, look at the EV of the 10-8 suited here, the all-in for 10 big blinds is going to perform similar to the min-raise here. If we actually switch over to strategy itself, you can see 10-8 suited majority push. Those are the frequencies that we do. Excuse me, that we do that. 10-8 suited is going to be fine here. And also, again, don't forget that the EV that we see down here is assuming your opponent responds perfectly, and a lot of people will overfold. And as soon as they overfold even 1 or 2 combos, this value increases drastically, which is very, very good. Our opponent shoves for 5.82 big blinds, and we have 10-7 suited. Again, this is kind of a weird one. If you're playing against an unknown player, you can probably assume that you want to be a little bit tighter on average. The problem is 10-7 suited just does generally quite well. It's going to have decent equity, and I'm pretty sure that against the reg we need to call. One of the things that I did when I did my database analysis was inspect how frequently the regs were taking the shove spots late game. They were massively under limping and they were massively over jamming, which means that they're probably adhering to at least Nash ranges, which means that we should be calling with at least Nash frequencies, and 10-7 suited is 100% a call here. 10-9 suited, again, this one is going to be a split. I'm almost positive that this is going to be a little bit of raise, a little bit of limp, a little bit of shove, and they'll have similar EV. We shove for 14 big blinds into a 13.5 big blind stack. There's no chance that this does not print. This is definitely a profitable move. Let's take a look at the whole breakdown, and let's take a look at the actual range itself. So right off the bat, 10-9 offsuit already performs very well. Being played as an all-in, yeah, like I said, all identical values, call, raise, all in. If we look at the strategy, it will be a split between the 3. And they all have very similar EVs as well. But under these circumstances, defaulting to a push, especially in faster games, is going to be much better for us. So these 3 are kind of no-brainers, especially as we get to, you know, it probably looks more like symmetrical 13. And then the pushing here is, you know, kind of the same deal of a similar value. Yeah, I mean, it's 0.2 big blinds. It's actually a really good spot. So there you go. That's everything for today. All pretty straightforward stuff looked up. Like I said, guys, we are right in the, we're getting towards about halfway in the year. We are behind schedule with the 10,000 games that we want to try and play, but we are definitely underpowered here. This is in a very extended amount of time for us to be not winning anything at Showdown. And obviously the Showdown is both situations where we are calling, and it's also situations where we're betting and being called, but it's also situations where we're all in and we're just not having the best hand at a reasonable frequency. Unfortunately, as a result of the way that the game is played right now, the merged game is much more volatile, and just being all in more often, having less control throughout each hand, is just going to result in more chaotic graphs like this. So at some point we will have another big upswing that will look something like this. Texas Tomo made a good point as well. Very frequently, if you don't win your early all-in, you're being stripped of the opportunity to win the chips that still remain in the game, right? So if you're playing 3-handed winner-take-all poker and you're all in within the first 5 hands or whatever, and you don't win the all-in, you're not just losing the chips that you didn't win in that pot, but you're also no longer in the game to win the chips that still remain. So it's very difficult. Dark Roy, thank you for the follow. So in these situations, it's very difficult to have a positive chip EV in situations where you have a losing green line, because you literally just have fewer chips at your fingertips in order to win if you're not winning those early all-ins. So in the situations where we started to plummet, right, when we were running really far above EV here in green, when we started to come down and include, you know, something like this as well, if our red line was not flat or slightly winning like we can see here, you know, there'd be no chance for us to actually hold up any sort of EV at this stage. And we're just kind of flatlining right now without it. We need to make more draws. We need to win more money at non-showdown. And then hopefully we'll be able to swing into a reasonable chip EV that can look a little bit more respectable. But that's it for today. Thank you very much for coming to join today, guys. clicking buttons for EVs and saying, what's my chip EV? I think we currently have a chip EV of like 7 or something like that. It's really, really not good. But like I said, we're just stuck in the doldrums right now. If we, if I take this filter off, if we look at last year, for example, again, the same filter, this is specifically for spin and goes. We've got a red line here that started to flatten out over time because we actually started to do a lot more work in our non-showdown game. So we improved in our non-showdown games, but obviously we were being sustained by our actual showdown earnings here. The showdown earnings going up. It's very unusual for our graph to look like that. If we, I'm not going to filter for it now, but if we went back even further, you'd see that traditionally I have a winning blue line and a slightly losing or flat line red line. So for us to actually have improved our red line and then ended up with a blue line that's basically almost entirely flat throughout 3,000 games is very, very strange. But there you are. So tomorrow, guys, we're going to play more Spin and Goes around 2 p.m. UK. Come and join me here at twitch.tv/NickWalshTV. And check me out on social media. I'll drop some links in the chat now if you guys want to drop me a follow there and stay informed. Oops, that's not how you do it. Yeah, I'm excited about the new office. I still have some stuff I need to do to improve upon it, guys. It's definitely too echoey in here. We're going to resolve that. There's going to be a new chair. We're going to have pretty much new everything. We got a new keyboard. We have a new mouse. We have the Stream Deck set up. We're going to have a new mount for the microphone, which will sound a lot better. We're going to get the proper lighting in here as well, so I'm a little bit more well illuminated than I am right now. Going to get some stuff on the back wall here. Going to get some stuff in the shelves there. It's going to be sweet. But I'm hoping and praying that this challenge starts to go in the right direction, because we're definitely encountering a lot more regs at this level. It's just very well known in situations where you play against 2 regs. In the majority of games you play, you're not going to win chip EV at all. So that's obviously going to have a factor when we're playing in the middle of the day quite a lot, which means, I can probably afford to just play some more games offline, during the weekends, trying to find time to catch up on the volume, but also obviously expose myself to some games where we're going to win a little bit more EV overall. And ideally we'll get closer to, something like 20 chips a game. I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. As far as I understand it, most players at the 25-6 are hitting something like 17 or 18 chips per game, which does take us slightly closer to profitability. But yeah, we need to break free of whatever's happening in here, because this is just boring and lame. Why do I show hands instead of tournaments? It's just more graphic. I can show both. This is... Oh, there you go. So this is going to be, well, that's why right there, because we can't see chips. So if we want to view chips, we have to do it in hands. There you go. Because we're always looking for our chip EV specifically. Anyway, we're going to clock off for now. Love you guys very much. Hopefully we can turn this around in the next couple weeks. That'd be fun. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for more poker. Signing off for now. Bye-bye.